Welcome, everyone. Wow. I know a lot of you. I've seen a lot of your faces just yesterday, so it's welcome to all of you. And there's a lot of new faces. I just want to say thanks for coming. It's amazing to see you all. We've got some incubators here. We've got a lot of accelerators. We've got some of our interns. We have some of the new and up-and-coming most creative developers from around the world. Now, why do we do RDC? Logically, it would be to share information with you, but there's actually something else that happens at RDC, and that is every year, all of us at Roblox get to meet you, see what you're doing, and we ultimately become more and more inspired and convinced that this is just not the future of gaming. This is really the future of a whole new category. Today in this room, we have arguably some of the most creative, most innovative, most out-of-the-box thinkers, some of the most talented artists, some of the most amazing coders, some of the most amazing producers throughout the world. And I believe we're sitting with not just the future of gaming, but the future of human co-experience. So let's give it all up for each other here. This is just an amazing group. We have this vision that there's a new category emerging that's bigger than gaming. It's the category that allows people around the world to connect, to not just play together, but to work together, to learn together, and to create together. And it's a category that we're creating together with you. We're building what is hopefully the world's greatest platform. You are, I think, without argument, the world's most creative and innovative experience builders. So this is all about building amazing experiences for the now over 100 million Roblox players, and we're doing it together. We had an early mission of hitting 100 million monthly active users. We set that mission about 4 or 5 years ago. Some of the Roblox employees can remember when we set that out. We just passed it last month, which is amazing. Like, woo! We used to say internally, when it seemed unbelievable that we would ever hit this category, that 100 million users was the dividing line into a higher class of just really mega-type platforms. But knowing Roblox, we like to reset our goals. And we have a second internal goal that you're seeing here, which is 1 billion hours, not just around the whole world, but in key strategic countries that we really want to expand in, including Japan, Korea, China, and some European countries. But I want to share with you really the new goal at Roblox, and that is more and more as we've thought about how are we going to build the world's best experiences, not just for hundreds and millions of people, but for billions of people. The way we're going to do it is with awesome developers and creators who are building larger and larger teams who can continue to double down on making these awesome experiences. So our new internal mission is at some point in one of these next few years to have our developer community in sum earn over $1 billion from the Roblox platform. And that's our new goal. And we think we're going to hit it someday. There's, we've had several. Was anyone here at BloxCon 2011? All right. Thank you. This is our 9th gathering, and we've gone from BloxCon to Europe. We've gone around the world. But over the last 4 years, we've started to double down on this notion that these conferences are focused on the creators. These are special conferences, not for everyone, for the 100 million people on Roblox. These are for the creators, the engine of the ecosystem. And that's why we're all here together. So that's the future of our RDCs, and we believe at some point in the future we will have more people from more different places around the world, and we'll start to see more and more of these RDCs in individual countries as well as in this same place. So I think bringing you all together is just a huge opportunity. So some fun stats. You all know we're growing. So I know you all watch the app stores or App Annie and things like that, but I want to give you a few highlights. Engagement hours, for those of you that were at the initial Roblox rally in 2011, we were, I believe, at around 30 or 40 million hours of engagement. And at that time, we were comparing ourselves to the engagement of all physical Lego, which was about 400 million hours. And we thought that was just an unbelievable threshold. Now, today, in the last month, people spent over 3 times as much time playing, engaging, learning, and creating on Roblox as they do with physical Lego all around the world. So it's just amazing how far we've come. We think we're just getting started with this engagement time. We have, as I explained, 100 million monthly active users. We like to think that we're about a 40th of the way there, because ultimately there's 4 billion people who can use the Roblox platform, if you look at everyone around the world who's internet connected. So we have a lot of headroom in where we want to go. Internally, we've been building out the Roblox team with arguably some of the most talented people in Silicon Valley and around the world. And we've hired a few from the Roblox community as well, which has been incredibly awesome for us. We're a special kind of company. Over 75% of the people working at Roblox are engineers, product, user experience, and design. We're a really special company. We know our place. We build platform. We're really focused on that so that we can then work with you to build these awesome experiences. And of that engineering team, there's over 150 working purely on dev tools and dev experiences. That's going to get a lot bigger. We're hiring hundreds and hundreds of people per year to help make this platform better for you. So let's talk about a couple cool things that are happening. We have a vision on Roblox that we call it the one build vision. And that's the vision that a first-time Roblox user builds something, it works on every platform. We also want that vision to be in every country. So you're going to see more and more tools from us that go well beyond our current translation tool set. You might hear a vision of it, where that's got to be almost essentially automatic, either with machine translation or with automatic crowdsourced translation, because we really would like that snazzy demo. Someone builds their first place, and all of a sudden it's live in South Korea, and it's well translated as well. We're growing really fast internationally, and in Korea, Japan, France, Germany, in all of those countries, we're growing at over 2x per year, even without this one build vision on our platform. There's another thing we would like to do, and that is we don't want anyone to ever grow out of Roblox. And you know, a lot of our players right now, when they turn 11 or 12 or 14, they start to want to be a fashion model in Roblox. They start to want to be a soldier. They start to want to be a movie star. They start to want to play a 400-player battle royale. We just haven't been giving them the tools and the platform that they want to do that. You're going to hear a lot today about what we're going to offer as a platform, so hopefully no one ever grows out of Roblox. And it's going to be awesome. Like, we're really doing some awesome stuff there. Our 13 and up players, even without this vision fully implemented, the growth of them is accelerating. So it's not just that in the US we're growing constantly for 13 and up. Every month we're growing faster for 13 and up, and that's without all of this technical stuff that we've done. Our accelerator group that we had at Roblox HQ, I saw some of the teams actually starting to target older players, and we're going to help you do that. It's going to be awesome. So we have people here from all around the world, New Zealand, Australia. There's about, I don't know, many European countries now, so thank you. In the future, we're going to see developers here from China. We had someone DevX in China just recently, which is amazing. Yeah. We're going to have developers from Korea. We're going to have developers from Japan. This is going to start feeling like the United Nations of experience development. So hang on for that. We have awesome stuff coming in China where there are 3 times as many potential Roblox players as there are in the United States. And we can see really good early signs of growth there. We are going to have people here from Korea where, in a really cool way, the top 10 experiences in Korea are very different than the rest of the world, but Korea is growing on experiences that they like, that are different than the top 10 in the US, that are exploding over there. And ultimately, our vision, and one thing that we have also started to think about is, based on our experience of the incubator and accelerator program we've been having in San Mateo, there's ultimately a future where we have incubator and accelerator programs all around the world. And a lot of the dev teams that we meet with now are looking for better ways to meet the community and a better way to find people to hire and work with. So there's going to be a future where we have a lot of incubator and accelerator type spaces everywhere, and even in other countries. I want to just let's all give a high five to these great experiences. So we've got Royale High, Meep City Jailbreak, Adopt Me, Bubblegum Simulator, Cat Simulator, Jailbreak Mad City, and I believe it's Disaster Simulator. So let's just give it all a high five for all these. I looked on Steam this morning, and 100K concurrent puts you in the top 5 games on Steam. Think about how far we've come on that. It's amazing. And the bottom right corner here, 1 million plays is significant. That's still a lot of playtime. We've got over 2,600 experiences that have hit 1 million plays. And we've come a long way. When we first were building Roblox, 100 concurrent was where we were for the whole platform at the first company barbecue we had. And one of our really cool early investors said, you know what, 10,000 concurrent for the whole platform, that's starting to get to be a hit. So we have many, many experiences, over 959 experiences that technically would have been a hit under those metrics. So thank you all for that creation. Yeah. So there's a time in the Roblox offices where we were debating, should we go mobile? Like, it's hard to imagine we were having that debate. We're having the debate, could we take what is on a large screen and make it work on a phone or a tablet? We're really glad that we stuck with our vision, because the vision really was that as we build immersive 3D multiplayer, physically simulated in the cloud content, it can go anywhere. And whether it's phone, tablet, computer, living room, VR, that is universal content, just like HTML content is as well. Well, like, this has been completely validated, and it's fun to see now. It's really cool to be multi-device. It's fun to see many of our visions are 5 to 6 years ahead of their time. Amazingly enough, that invention called the iPad, which Apple is so proud of, when I go to the App Annie charts and look at what is the top grossing iPad app, it's not Netflix, it's not YouTube, it's not Hulu, it's not HBO, it's not any other game, it's Roblox every day, which is amazing. Woo! On the iPhone, we're starting to crush it. You know, when we started, we were down in the 200s or 400s. We're consistently top 3 grossing games on iPhone. On Google Play, same top family game just forever. And on the Xbox, just amazing. We've been hanging out for 3 years there, just consistently the top 5 most played games, and that's going to continue. Just a fun thing when we introduced the toys 2 years ago, more important at all from the toys, the money or anything, was starting to promote this vision that it's all about the creativity of our platform, and it's the creativity of the developers. We created kind of an early inkling in the toy marketplace that someday will be probably copied in the movie industry or the episodic content market on Netflix, where Roblox fades into the background. We have an infinite variety of just amazing creative content. And our toy system, it's a lot easier than making Hot Wheels. Like, we don't have to think this stuff up. It's like we go to our amazing community and we just crank them out. So thank you all for those of you that have shown up on the toys. We're watching. We're going to do a lot more. And we'd ultimately like to honor all of you in some way, possibly with a toy, which would be really great. Okay, investing in success. I want to give you a little hint of something that's coming. And it's been something we've been thinking about for a long time. And that is, there's several developers I know who make amazing content. They're in the top 50 developers as far as time spent, who are incredibly passionate about the art of creation and aren't really trying to monetize too much. There's also thousands of developers who, when they try to get started, are more focusing on fun and engagement than just monetization. So as we think about how do we get to that $1 billion in 1 year, and what's the best way, in a system way, to have money flow into this Roblox community, we're more and more starting to think that we also want there to be rewards for the amount of time that people spend in your game. That simple, okay? We have a goal of getting the top 1,000 developers based on time spent to an income of $30,000 a year. That's our goal. And we're thinking about doing this in a system way that also rewards our top 20 devs in exactly the same way. So more of this to come, but this is a big thing we're thinking about, and we're going to start, this will probably roll out in the next 6 to 12 months. So we're together trying to make this new category of human co-experience. We're trying to drive immersion. We're trying to bring people together. And so you're going to see a lot today about the tool set and how we make Roblox super immersive. A lot of the good fun stuff is going to come from the team. You're not going to see the tech demos from me. There's one thing that I'm really, those of you that have known me for 9 years, I'm really passionate about, besides join times and all of this kind of thing, and that is really large world simulation. We've got some really interesting stuff coming here, and what's really interesting about this is we've got thousands and thousands and thousands of Roblox servers out there. You're going to see some stats. All of our 100-player games right now use at most one of the cores of those servers, and those servers have 16 cores on them. So what would happen if our game server engine ran in parallel, and instead of running 30 games with 20 players, we use the whole server? It might be possible to run 600-player games with no additional cost. So that'd be... So more to come, stay tuned. We believe by 2022, we're going to see one studio on Roblox getting into the 40 or $50 million of cash zone. And to do that, one of these studios may need 100 people to maintain and build their game. So you're going to hear a lot about tools, collaborative workflow, not just for 5 or 10, but how do 100 people around the world, artists, scripters, designers, producers, how do they work together in the cloud? We're really focusing on this because we think it's an innovative way that people will ultimately make these experiences. And finally, some of you since 2011 have been saying, what's up? Like, Roblox games are all user-generated. Why can't we make avatars? Why can't we make body parts? Why can't we make faces, heads, hairstyle, clothing, all of that? We're making a 100% commitment to a user-generated content catalog. So we want to get out of the business of making anything in the catalog and have it all be you. So hang on for that. I think it's just going to change the whole complexion of the catalog. Okay, for those that were here last year, we did a top 10 predictions. What I thought would be good, and we do this at Roblox, is rather than making new predictions, let's check in on those predictions. And these are now, instead of going to be 5-year predictions, we got 4 years now, so these are going to be Dave's 2023 predictions, and they're going to stay there. I'm going to quickly go through them and give you a status update. First prediction, what were we thinking? No country with more than 50 top developers. I'm hoping this is true. We're still, I think, much more USA-centric than that, but we've got over 50 people from Europe here today. All right, high five, welcome Europe. And we're simulcasting right now in London, I believe. So I think we might make this one. 1 million concurrency. So Adopt Me hit 440 this year. This thing, out of the park. Like, this thing's happening in the next year or two. Okay? Boom. A major brand releases a game to Roblox as a primary platform. Still super optimistic about this. Ultimately, when we have 200, 300, 400 million players on every device, it may actually seem weird for a major brand to build different iOS and PC and Mac type things. So hang on for this one. National movie, I think maybe. The reason we say maybe is we could have made the Roblox movie with a major studio over 2 years ago. We did not sign the contract, and the reason we didn't is the platform is evolving so quickly, and the look and feel of Roblox experience is changing so much that it may never make sense to make a movie. It may never make sense to make anything with that long of a lead time. So I'm putting maybe here. The 550 million people learning to code, I think this is out of the park. 2 million people use Roblox Studio every month right now. And this last summer camps around the world, curriculums for computer science around the world are starting to generate. So I do ultimately think when we have hundreds of millions of Roblox players, this will be the way people learn to code. 100,000 people watching a game stream, not in video, but in 3D. A little bit of a product vision. I think this is, I'm still optimistic. 50% of toys in the US with a Roblox scan tag. Not so sure on that. I'm saying maybe. This one, when we put together our business model for 2022, this is exactly the number that shows up based on our growth, the size of DevX, starting to think about time-based payments. So coincidentally, this makes me quite optimistic. It lines up with our plans. 100-person company developing on Roblox. If we get 3, I'm pretty sure we're going to get 2. With 50 million bookings, one of our studios will, I believe, be able to employ 100 people. And then finally, whoever the president may be in 4 years, regardless of your political affiliation, will that president mention his or her avatar? Yes! I have two more new predictions. The first is, we're not going to go into it too much, but ultimately, we used to do banners, we used to do video pre-roll ads. We'll never do those again. But there is a future for immersive 3D advertising that doesn't gum up game experience. We're starting to look in that. So someday, will a national movie advertise and get more engagement than any other form of advertising, whether it's TV or YouTube or whatever? Big prediction from Dave. And then finally, knowing our dev community and the power they are as influencers and future trendsetters, Tesla will use our developer community in a promotional effort. Okay, so from the bottom of our hearts, I want to say thank you. I leave this every year just invigorated and excited to double down on the Roblox platform. So thank you all for making this dream possible. Thank you.